got some insanely bad news about Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, and all I gotta say is, dog, we might be cooked. But don't worry, because it's always darkest before the dawn. And I'm here to put your shoulders down and alleviate some stress. Cause me and you, we gotta talk about it. So according to reliable industry insider Daniel RPK, he's stating that Kevin Feige is reportedly concerned about the Russo brothers directing Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And this concern is due to their most recent film, The Electric State, which, if I'm honest with you, I was not a fan of. And Kevin Feige is going to be keeping both eyes open. He's going to be closely overseeing the project, making sure the scripts are tight, just right, and everything stays on track. So you know what that means. Joe and Anthony, there's a red dot currently on your foreheads. All I'm gonna let y'all know is y'all better not miss. No wonder Joe Russo was looking like that at Comic-Con. But I want to dissect this a little bit more and give my thoughts on it. Because on one hand, yes, when it was first announced that the Russo brothers were coming back and Robert Downey Jr. was coming back, not as Iron Man, but as Dr. Doom, everybody and their mama was like, what? I feel like it was evenly split 50-50 with people being like, I hate this or I love it. Me, I'm somewhere in the middle. Like, I'm going to give it a chance. Obviously, as a big comic fan, I'm not a big fan of the RDJ casting. But as an adaptation in the MCU, I'm willing to give it a chance. But when you couple the news of RDJ returning as Dr. Doom and the Russo brothers returning to direct these next two movies, and you add all of the trials and tribulations leading up to this moment, like the fact that Kang was fired and they had to do a course correct, scrap some scripts, a revolving door of directors, this move definitely felt a little desperate. How do we get the MCU specific fans excited? Bring back the face of their franchise, Robert Downey Jr. Bring back the guys who made 4 of the best movies in the MCU. That's definitely the cynical way to look at it. Like, oh shit, this is all messed up. Let's just course correct and go back. This is also a safe option. You already know what you're getting with all 3 of these gentlemen because they've done it before. They've been here before. Like, we're not going to sit here and act like these gentlemen aren't responsible for Captain America the Winter Soldier, Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Endgame. Like, if anyone understands how to work a production that big with that many cast members, it's these guys. But we also can't sit here and lie to ourselves like the Russo brothers have been instant successes since they've left Marvel. Since leaving, what have they done? Cherry, The Gray Man, and now The Electric State? I mean, the best thing they've done is help produce Everything Everywhere All at Once with Agbo. But outside of that, this move was also kind of desperate for them. They needed the MCU as much as they needed them. This is literally, you could not live with your own failure. What did that bring you? Back to me. For both parties. And this is arguably 2 of the biggest comic book movies of all time. If you thought Infinity War and Endgame were massive, this is multiversal level of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, not just MCU movies, but Marvel Universe at large, the X-Men, Spider-Man. 25 plus years of cinematic Marvel coming to the big screen together. So of course Kevin Feige is going to be keeping a closer eye on this production. He wants to make sure these movies are perfect. But make no bones about it, if you're not at least a little worried about these next 2 movies, you're probably lying to yourself. It's okay to be a little worried. Cautiously optimistic is okay because that means you care. You want to see a good product. So on the surface, this might sound like bad news, but really it's not. If anything, this is great news. When's the last time Kevin Feige has been this close attached to a project? So I'm just praying that they get it done right. But that's not all we got here, folks. Because additionally, Elizabeth Olsen, the Scarlet Witch herself, has said that she's not going to be in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. And this news comes to us exclusively from The Hollywood Reporter, who had a one-on-one interview with Elizabeth Olsen for her upcoming movie, The Assessment, which, by the way, looks fire. But when she was asked about the future of her character, when asked if she could be joining the production for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, she said, no, I'm moving on to filming a pilot for FX called Seven Sisters. She also added that, I didn't realize this until about 6 years ago, but because Marvel and its influence takes up so much physical time and space in the world, it's really important for me to make choices outside of Marvel that reflect my own taste. Your taste does create the artist that you are, and that wasn't something I was thinking about when I first started working. I was just grateful to be a working actor. I wanted to stretch myself in a different role, so I wasn't really thinking about my taste. So the opportunity to return to films like this is a reflection of the work I want. So that's all fine and dandy, Elizabeth Olsen, but we all know that you are lying. She really gave that interview with Kevin Feige on the side like this. She really hit the I'm not the werewolf. We all know that Mommy Wonder is going to be returning. Come on, she's one of the most popular, if not the most popular MCU character to MCU fans. And I've also got a theory that, remember this Avengers Doomsday concept art that leaked that supposedly the Russo brothers said is fake? I mean, that's also a lie. I definitely think this is going to be updated, and I don't think this is going to end up being Sue Storm. Instead, I think it's going to be Doom and the Scarlet Witch, especially since this version of Dr. Doom doesn't have any connection, or doesn't seem like he's going to have any connection to the Fantastic Four. It doesn't make sense to do Hickman's storyline. So it makes way more sense to do a mix of the Children's Crusade, where him and the Scarlet Witch were kind of a thing. And I also think she'll probably just end up being the replacement for a Molecule Man in the MCU anyway, since she literally has world-altering universe powers. I think I'm cooking. But besides that, we also got Will Poulter saying that he wants to reprise his role as Adam Warlock in Doomsday, saying that he had so much fun playing the character, so if they call him, he'll definitely be ready. And all I gotta say to that is, don't be rash. But that's all the new news we have on Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars right now. Again, on the surface, it feels like it's bad news, but who cares what I think? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and as always, like and follow for more.